Hey everybody. Can I say hi, all four of us? I see I got four waiting already, so hopefully you guys can hear me and see me and make a comment if you are here. I didn't have any sales or anything, so not really much to update. There is nobody to watch. I know everybody was busy today for popping on, so if you want to pop in and I know you, let me know. The only one of the things I'm gonna make an announcement of is that I'm gonna be in a couple weeks. I'm not doing it next week. I want to try bringing back an R show slash uh, drive by hybrid show. So if you're interested in that, let me know. If you want to be on it, let me know. Otherwise, no sales. Couple more listings up. Couple listings on Facebook up. All that type of stuff. Otherwise, not much of anything else. Hey Sherry, I'm doing okay. I can't complain too much. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask. I don't really have much enough of log update to do. That's kind of why I said it's gonna be the last one type of thing because every week it's not really gonna change much. So I'm trying. I want to go back to doing an actual show type of thing, not just a blog about my week like I've been doing. It hasn't been feeling weird, not necessarily weird, but harder to do when you're trying to tell what your week's going for. So, hey, Mike. So, I don't know what else you guys want to know. I'm trying not to go roll out quick. So, but that's the way I am when I'm by myself. That's how I usually want somebody to bump things off of. One thing I did want to talk about, if somebody wants to come on and talk or wants to comment about it, is that PayPal split thing, whatever it's going on. A lot of people are worrying about it. I'm not going to worry about it because they're still offering PayPal even after they integrate the other thing. They're going to say they're keeping PayPal as an option for the buyers. So they'll see who trusts what more. Hey, Dawn. But I'm not so worried about that, whatever company they're talking about, because from what I've read, they're the same company that Etsy and Amazon already use. So if there was any complaints about it, they would have already we've already heard about it, type of thing. That's how it always is, Mike. When something new comes along, the sky is falling. They don't know what to do. Yet it's not going to be officially done until 2020 or 23. So we got 5 years, minimum two. To why worry now? It's not like, okay, we're changing over tomorrow. You have to have this done. They're giving us time. They're going to explain more things. Don't be afraid. If, if you're going to be afraid of one thing, be afraid tomorrow because tomorrow's a new day. You don't know what's going to happen. Something might change. So I understand people don't like this way change. Thing is, every day changes. Every minute it changes. Things change every second. So to say you don't like change, because tomorrow you might get sick, or 5 minutes from now you might get sick. You might go out the door and get hit by a car. Things change. Or you're gonna complain to somebody, okay, I got hit by a car, my life changed. Well, you gonna be a hermit and stay inside? You're gonna fear? If there's issues, they're not gonna keep the company up going. Whatever. That's why they're keeping it eBay and PayPal. PayPal's gonna be there for whoever wants to use it. I think it's gonna be more for credit cards than anything, but you never know. I don't think they can force them into a corner because PayPal gets more than just eBay. Look at all the other sites that have PayPal buttons on them. You can make a website with a PayPal button. So all the individual sites make up for eBay. So anybody else have any other thoughts on this topic? Because I know Cincinnati Picker did a thing on it today with uh, Lonnie. I even asked Lonnie if he wanted to pop on. He said he's gonna be busy, so and yeah, he says he misses my show, misses it. Well, what? No wonder. So, and the reason I brought that up is because besides the fact I was talking about it, there are like 10 posts about it just from yesterday and today alone in the groups. And it's like, how many times are you gonna see it and talk about it? So I'm not gonna be worrying about it. Like I said, I have no sales right now to worry about. I got my 20 something items up still, so yeah. I see I got 10 viewers. I'm sure about in a half hour we'll probably get more, but I think it's a YouTube's issues. I haven't really looked into it, Dawn, because like I said, until they start actually integrating it, it's not gonna be anything to really look into. If you have to make an appointment, an account to have it added into your eBay, then do it. If you want to use it. If not, stick with PayPal until you are forced. You got 5 years, 2 to 5 years to worry about it. Not happening next year. So, but like I said, so from what I've read in the groups, that's why I'm saying it. Amazon and Etsy already use the same company. So if you're an Etsy seller or an Amazon seller and you're worrying about it on eBay, why? Nope, no sales this week, Sherry. I did list three. Well, this one I don't know what happened to it, but I put these on Facebook. With the lady's cowboy hat. A brown one, a tan one. Let's see, not get the camera. And a black one. So I did these locally on Facebook, trying to. I'm not telling you where we got them because I don't want to get them again. I wouldn't just represent them. I tell you to get into them. They didn't come in packaged right. That's why one is squished. Exactly, Don. If you can't change things, we're not the ones running eBay, PayPal, or any of these companies. We're running our own. So you gotta roll with what they do and change with the changes. So, anybody else have any other questions or comments? And like I said, I'm gonna start trying to do the hybrid of the art show for a topic and the drive-by type of thing so people can pop in. Go ahead, Krillin. What's your question? Well, I already listed it. I did it Facebook on, so I just put it in. I actually lowered the price. I put it for like $8 to $10 because I'm doing an auction, but they did buy it now or with or a reserve. this one I just did with a buy it now of $8, figuring I find out the door. I didn't even pay. I think maybe paid a buck for it. Yes, Krill, and there's a couple of people that say they're still not able to reach uh access to Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if it's their area for whatever reason Facebook hasn't got to them, or if there's something going on the app or the website, because I wasn't on it for a while and then all of a sudden I had it. So I don't know how to fix that problem. But I know somebody had people that couldn't get on and they purposely got on Facebook to use the marketplace. So I don't know. I don't know how to help that. Anybody else have any suggestions? Go ahead and put them in the chat and I'll read them off for people that watch later. So, what are your thoughts on me bringing back the our show slash drive-by type of show? I don't know about that, Krillin. I don't know what type of account you have because I thought there was only personal accounts. I don't think they can make a business account. Because if that was the case, then why wouldn't people be able to use their YouTube names to make two talks? That's why I did my show on my page. But let's see. Don says if I put some stuffing in the crowns and then blow dry for like 10 minutes, you can reshape the crowns and get more. I don't know, Don. I'm not. That's kind of my problem. Why I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, because my drive for reselling per se isn't at 100% like it used to be. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to put the actual effort out there that I did. If I had somebody that was into it like I was, and I had a partner, I'm sure I would. Just like I'm trying to get back into doing this. Krillin, the only other option I can tell you is maybe write to Facebook and say, ask them why is it not available, and maybe they can help you fix it at their. So, well, if I can get enough people interested in it, I'll be bringing it back. That's why I said the next couple of weeks I'm gonna see if I can get going. You I need to work on having at least a co-host to have something to bounce on. I can't. This, as people can tell you, doing it by yourself is very hard to do, especially when you don't get the viewership that other people get. So as I said, if anybody wants to pop on tonight, right now, come on in. I'm not gonna be shy. And I don't really have any other things else to talk about. So if you have any other topics, bring them up. Yeah, no, under locally Facebook auction, and a $1 only uh $1 starting bid, and you can do it buy it now, but every once in a while they'll throw like for a month they'll allow you to do reserve which is what I did on the second one, and then I put the other one up in my group. Hey there, Nathan. So I have a $5 auction group for the local group, and I actually have a $5 buy it now, $5 or more local group that only has 30 something members right now. So Well, that's good, Nathan. I saw your post about that. So hopefully it all works out when you get the other one so you can start making more of that money and you don't have to worry about squinting and not knowing what you're looking at. You can actually see what you're looking at. Well, Don, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I know I usually try going for a half hour unless I'm getting bored or don't have anything coming on. Hey Nathan, since you're new, well not new, but you're just getting here, what are your thoughts on what's going on with PayPal? Because it was like I was saying earlier, not I people shouldn't be worrying like they are. Granted, it's news, but it's not like they're saying we're changing tomorrow or next month. It's taking years. It's like everybody's afraid they're dropping PayPal. No, they're not dropping PayPal right away. They're paying. They're gonna have you PayPal there when they have the other place too. And Krillin, I don't know where the link is. You'd have to go up to the help section of Facebook. That's the only place I would know. Or they have the question mark, quick help on the desktop anyway. I don't know about on the phone if that's what you're trying to go through. No, Dawn, I think Krillin was talking about the link for Facebook help since he wants to get into the market. I could be wrong. If Krillin's still here, he can let me know. Oh, you want to join me up here on camera, Krillin? Well, I need your Facebook. You gotta send me a Facebook message at Chris Carone, and then I'll or on at walking picker page, and I'll send you the link. Yeah, I know the Facebook. I know YouTube's always behind, anywhere from 30 seconds to minutes, depending on how slow your computer gets. Exactly, Nathan. Play by the rules, and since it's their site, and it's not like they're like I said, they're not changing it overnight. So, and others have said that the site is the same company that Amazon and Etsy use. So, if that's the case, I don't really see the issue. It take me time to do that, crewing out, and since already by myself, tying up time, trying to type and all that. Yeah, yeah. I'll try, but this with me trying to be doing it by myself. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry, folks that watch this later. I'm trying to. I'm sorry, guys. I know being quiet. I don't. That's why I don't normally do it this way. I usually do it on Facebook. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Krillin, you got the link. Krillin, the last time I did put a link in the group, in the chat, or had it in the description before the show, during the show, some people came on that were not being nice, and let's just put this way: the whole video had to get taken down after I was done. I quit the show, and I didn't even post it. I ended up doing a different link and everything, and not letting anybody in without going through Facebook. That's why it changed. So, Nathan, you know you can come on. Let's see. I'm gonna see where is Nathan on my Facebook. He's not even showing up as being on. Oh, there he is. Nathan, you got the link too. There. So, anybody else have any other thoughts or anything? Well, Don, that was a while back when it happened. I had wrenches then too. I don't know what. Well, I know where one of my wrenches is. Well, two of them. One's not feeling good or been busy, so he didn't want to crop on. The other one had family gatherings going on. So, but because what happened was they actually came on through the link that was in the description without me knowing who they were. So.
Hello?
Hey, Nathan. They actually came on through the link. Nathan, you got mute the other video.
Hold on, let me turn off this let me turn wait, just a minute. Is that better?
Yes, that's better. No repeats.
Yeah, I had that Ewing tube on. Well, how you doing, Chris?
I'm not doing so bad.
Good. My business has been slow lately, but you know, I had my eyes worked on, so that wasn't no problem and everything. But I've been sleeping a lot lately, and I bought a bunch of stuff today. I might have made a mistake today, but I left 2 Patagonia shirts in the thrift store because they was, I thought, too high, so I just left them there. But I got some good stuff. I spent $62.75 in the thrift store today. I bought 6 Easton baseball bats and a lot of other stuff. Hey, Krillin, I don't know if I've ever met you before.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, sir. I shake hands with you too.
How's it going on down in the south? How's the weather?
It's pretty decent day. I think we're gonna have some rain tonight. It's about the 60s. But 60s. The weather down here in Pensacola, heck, it could be 20 degrees one night and 65 the next, you know.
Now, how far you?
Go ahead.
How far you live from the water?
Oh, probably. Actually, from the water, if you're talking about the bay, we're probably about a couple miles at the most. But if you're talking about Pensacola Beach, we're probably 6-8 miles from the beach.
Okay.
Not far.
Yeah, I'm about 5 miles from the water.
Yeah. Where you live at?
Long Island.
I got a good friend of mine used to live. Well, he's passed away now, but
really, what part?
I don't remember exactly where it was on Long Island, but he was a contractor and helped build a lot of buildings in the city, you know. And he was a very, very interesting man to talk to. When I met him, he was already in his late 70s. But he said, "Oh yeah, they were times that I got paid for doing construction work in a paper bag." He said, "The only way to make it in New York City in those days with construction, with all the mobs and stuff, is you ain't seen nothing at all. It don't make a darn. It don't make a darn if you saw somebody walk up to somebody and say, bam, you ain't seen nothing."
Yeah, in the 60s, especially, you know, like if you're doing construction, see what happens is, you know, like, you know, the mob, I mean, not as much now, but the mob controlled the construction. So what happens is they decide who gets what jobs. So obviously the better jobs go to guys who did favors for somebody. So like sometimes these guys, I'll give you an example. There's guys that went to prison for somebody else. A fall man, somebody who took to prison. So what they do is when a guy comes out after he did 5-10 years, he becomes an elevator operator, which means on the job site, he's the guy that controls the elevator to go up to the 10th floor, the 20th floor. So now you have to have that brown bag. If you're, say, a painter and you want to paint in the 10th floor, you got to have that brown bag in order to get up to that floor.
Yes, yes.
That's how it works.
You know, I never really wanted to be one of them people, but it's very interesting to watch stories about them. Them people just, they didn't care. You either paid me or...
that's the old day. It's a little bit now, but not much. I mean, it's not like it is now. How it was in the 60s.
Nathan, Daughter wants to know, what kind of construction have you done?
In my lifetime? Lord, I ain't did a lot of construction. I've did construction cleanup. I used to have a business down here in Pensacola that did construction cleanup for about 10 years, and we had 7 subdivisions, and it was a job. But that was back when Bill Clinton was in office, and for some reason back there when he was in office, there was plenty of work to be done. Houses were being built everywhere, but it's not like that no more. I don't know that I can. That no.
And in those days,
go ahead.
And in those days too, people don't. You got to remember, in those days, in the late 90s, the cost of living was way cheaper. Everything you bought was half the price. So when people compare their money that they make, they never count how much, you know, everything from gasoline to a movie ticket to everything. Everything was so much cheaper. Everything. It was so much cheaper in the late 90s, mid 90s. You know, it was way cheaper. Housing prices is double. People, you know what it is? People they say, "Oh wow, my house is worth so much." They think that's a good thing. Yeah, exactly. No, you had to pay a lot of money for that house. You got money tied up in that house. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
And you could pay $1 million for a house, say today, and 6 months from now, that house be worth $500,000.
Yep.
It's not how much it actually should be worth. It's how much somebody's willing to pay for it.
Yeah. Well.
Which is basically the same thing for anything that you sell.
Yeah.
Well, but a lot of people, you know what it is? A lot of people think of it as like an asset. It's really because look, what are you going to do? You sell the house, you got to move to another house. You got to live somewhere.
Yes.
So it's not like it's unless you're an investor, that's a different story. But
So Krillin, what's your idea on the what's going on with PayPal and?
Yeah, an Adyen or Adyen. I don't know how to say it right. So
Aiden, I think what they call it.
Aiden. Every people now, I think they just call it Aiden because it's the easiest way to say it. I believe it's a Dutch company. My only concern is, which everybody's so concerned with the fees on the other resellers, the fees on their side. That's not my concern. My concern is, are the new buyers now, what's going to happen? Do they have to register for this now? So if it becomes cumbersome for them to register, then the buyers might say, "Oh, forget it." Let's say their website is no good, where it's hard to get ready, or let's say they're not. I mean, you call PayPal. That's one thing that's good about PayPal. You can call up anytime, when they're open, obviously, but they're very sharp. They're very smart. Their customer service is excellent, especially compared eBay. You call people. I'm sorry, I don't know. I can't curse on this show, but if I could, or if whatever, they hire the stupidest people. They hire people. You talk to them on. You even ask them, "Have you ever sold anything on eBay?" Your customer service. They say, "No, I never sold anything." So, but on PayPal, they know they're more precise. If you have issues, it's a completely day and night. So if this Aiden company is another like an extension of eBay, where they have people from third world countries trying to answer your question, then it could be a big negative.
Yes, and what do we have to do as sellers to be able to accept Aiden? I have no idea. If they pay me on Aiden today, I wouldn't have no way of getting my money.
Well, what I was told was that, well, what I've read in the groups is that Amazon and Etsy both already use the same company. So,
yeah, but us. He's talking about us, though. Right now, let's say if there's a guy out there who says, "Oh, I have an account with Aiden. I want to buy sneakers, or I want to buy a cowboy hat." But you know what? You don't do you take Aiden right now? No. So that guy can't buy it. So then what about 6 months from now? You know what I mean? Like, at what point do you have to have this account set up where the people are going to?
Well, that's why the post that the letter that eBay said, they're saying we're getting started. We're not even ready to put you in that situation yet. So they're gonna keep PayPal still. So it's either way.
Only for a few years, but then my point is, you sneeze and it's 2 years. You know what I mean? So what's gonna happen? You change. You snap your fingers and it's 2 years. So what's gonna happen? Now you're gonna have to figure it out. And I just look. I don't know how. I mean, these business deals are done behind the scenes with these companies. Guys who are executives, they take care of each other's friends. This guy is the CEO of that company. He's got to make his brother-in-law the executive vice president of whatever it is. That's how these deals work. They're not concerned about the processing fees because we pay the processing fees. It has more to do with something that we are never going to know about. You know what I'm saying? Why would they even care about the processing? You know what I mean? eBay don't pay it. Do you think that how is this? Is there some way it's going to drive traffic? I mean, they're just a processor. It's not like they're not a company that has products or a service that they're going to be able to drive. I mean, look, if they have customers already that are in Europe supposedly that will now be fed to eBay, yeah, that's great. But I never heard of that. I never even heard of this company.
Well, they might have been with other companies already. Like I said, we may not hear it because they're in the background, like you said. So other people said they're already on Etsy and Amazon. You've heard about those two names.
I got news for you. I've asked in the chat, man, you need a cup of coffee, all right, Nathan? You look like you're gonna fall asleep. Now, I've been asking because I wanted to open up an.
I had surgery done.
Oh, you all right?
Tuesday.
Uh-oh. God.
Cataract surgery.
On the other eye.
And this one here, on this side over here, has always been that way with the droopiness because I'm half asleep. But also, they're going to do this in about 2 weeks. But, I really been thinking about getting me a neck brace.
Neck brace?
Yeah, you know why I want to get me a neck brace?
Why is that?
Sometimes I'm just too lazy to hold my head up. I get a neck brace. I don't have to do it. It do it for me. But
now, Chris, let me ask you something. I've been trying to find out information about Etsy. I asked this guy, what's his name? Your buddy Dwayne. I asked him maybe about 10 times. And then, obviously he's not a full-time seller. So, how's Etsy? How's Etsy? He's like, I don't know. But my whole point of the thing is that I ask people, how does the processing work? I've never heard one person in any of these chats mention anything about Aiden, Aden. They never mentioned anything about it.
Well, because all they say is what Etsy shows. They don't show you who their processing company is. What happens is the money goes into whatever account Etsy has for you, and then they eventually deposit it into your bank account itself. So it's like you get paid once a week or whatever it is on a Friday. By that following Monday, you get on that Monday you get your money.
Because I hear some people, I've asked about 5 different people about Etsy, okay, and I gave up on it because I get 5 different answers. Some people say, "Oh, I don't know." Some people say, "Oh, you get paid every day." I said, "How does it work? Does it go into like an account, like a PayPal, then you transfer it?" Everybody gives me a different answer. Nobody gives me the same answer. I don't know why.
I'm looking on the Etsy site itself. It tells you right there how they process the payment.
Well, I'm talking about somebody who's using Etsy. You're not you. I'm talking about somebody who knows exactly because they use the eBay, how with the PayPal, how it works, do, and then the money comes into you. You know what? I'm just like, forget Etsy. Because I said, you know what? I'm gonna try to, do other platforms. Well, I'm trying to build up my eBay bet more, but I wanted to try to, because Etsy right now. So they're supposedly doing better now, the company itself. I mean, their stock is up and everything. But, I'm trying to, do some other platforms. I don't want to get stuck just on eBay because you know what? I had my account suspended for a T-shirt that I didn't know was fake. They suspended my account for a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know what rules on Etsy itself. Because I've done, if you look back in years ago, or a couple years ago, I did shows on Etsy with Angie Martin and others that use it all the time.
Yeah.
I even asked them, and they kind of said the same thing. You get paid on a certain day, and then it goes into a certain account, and then on that day, it transfers back into your actual bank account.
Yeah, because I set up an account for Etsy. I listed like 5 items. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember them even asking me for I don't even know how I even paid the bill for the fees. I don't even remember putting in any credit card information. I'm like, I don't even know how it even worked. So I didn't, and I put the 5 items or so on there. I got a few, people watch it. There's you get a lot of watchers. You get a lot of people that favorite the item, whatever it is.
Yep.
But then that's what do they do? Favorite. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I got some guy who's got I think it's a heart they put on there, right?
Yep.
So the guy puts a heart on it. But you know what? Click to buy it now. And you can't run sales. I don't think there's a best offer. You know what? I love best offer. I know some people, they don't like best offer. But you know what? People get frustrated with the best offer because they say, "Oh, what I have $100 item, somebody offers me $5." I said, "Well, you know what? Put the auto decline on. I have auto decline on the items. This way, if somebody makes me a crappy offer, it gets declined. And you can always go back and look to see if people made you offers. And you could put, you don't have to take less money. You could just decline any offer you want. You'd be shocked. People would be shocked of how many people pay full price, even when you have best offer."
Oh, I've had best offer on my stuff too, and I didn't get as you know, I used to have a store before my relationship went. So
I don't know. I don't know about your. I don't know what happened. I don't know nothing. I haven't talked.
I'm separated from my wife.
Okay, I didn't even honestly. I knew you weren't. I didn't know if you were even married. I knew you had a woman you were with, but I didn't know. But so you're separated. You're married and then separated.
Yep, and I'm gonna be getting divorced soon in a couple months when she comes back with the paperwork from where she's at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not knowing how I was going to handle the money situation, I got rid of my account because I wasn't going to try paying for another full year of eBay store, not knowing if I was even going to want to resell anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm slowly building it back up. I'm back up to 26 items on my account.
Mm-hmm.
Figuring if I make sales, I make sales. If not, if I don't really want to sell, I'm not held to put $20 a month for the year thing. And if I do start making the sales that will cover the sales, then okay, I'll think about it again. I'll start putting, or if I find somebody else that wants to be a partner and says, okay, I'm willing to do this work. You go pick the stuff.
Well, I thought you had trouble getting around. I thought you couldn't drive, or I thought you had a problem driving.
Oh,
So
I can't drive, but I walk. I take the buses.
I know, but you can't get. That's what I was saying. I don't know, why you don't do like consignment. I mean, if you did consignment,
Because
you
of
could
where I
crush
live,
it.
I can't have a whole. I don't even have enough food for what I have in the house already. So if I was doing consignment, I'd have to be very, very, very picky, and I have to
That's
be.
fine.
Well, no, when I say very picky, I mean most things I wouldn't take in anyway. And I still want to buy it outright. I don't want to do consignment because it's like that's just the way from what I've learned, it's best to do it if you can buy it outright.
I'll tell you what. I got a guy in my area, okay, where I live, about 20 minutes away. The guy, it's funny because everybody they don't like consignment and they don't like auctions. And all the people that resell, on YouTube. And you know what? This guy, 90% of his stuff that he does is auction, and like 90% of his stuff he does is consignment. And this guy does millions in sales. And the guy drives a Ferrari. The guy's got a ton of money, and he does different. I'm trying to like emulate what he's not that I'm not trying to do what the people I see on YouTube would do. I mean, of course, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to learn from everybody here. But I know there's people out there say, "Oh, I don't like consignment, I don't consignment." But you know what? I know people who make a lot of money, more money than everybody in this chat right now combined. You know what I mean? So
I know. If you watch some of my older first year videos, I had Deanna Crawford on. She does consignments.
Who's this?
Deanna Crawford.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, then you have to go back into my early 3-hour video show or hour and a half long shows that I used to have. But she came on. We did that. We had go in my playlist under the art. I think it's the art show. We have a talk about consignments right then and there.
Okay.
And even then, I said where I live, and I don't have the money to rent a place to store anything. So I've got to work around what I have.
Oh, absolutely. But I figured it was just tough if you can't get around. It's hard. Or you know what I mean. Or if you really know the people, if it's somebody who you feel comfortable with, you can have them keep the merchandise at their place, and then you just say, "Look, I'll come to your." Might not be a bad idea. If this way you hit their house at one shot, say, "Look, I come to your house, I take the pictures, I write down the information, what I need to know, then I go home and I do the listings, and then when it's ready to ship, I'll come to your house." Whatever, you figure it out from there.
That
Just
could
something
come back
I'm trying
to that right there could come back and bite you, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you go ahead and go to them people's house and take the pictures and list it and everything, and then all of a sudden you sell it and you go back there. Oh, I decided to give that to my sister. Bullshit. I ain't doing that. But now people will deliver to your house. I guarantee you they will do it because I've had it when I couldn't see to drive at all. I wanted to do order. Well, I find what I want on Craigslist or whatever. Mostly not Craigslist, usually Facebook or OfferUp, so I can read the profiles, see what kind of person it is. Do I want this person to come to my house or not? Okay. And if I did and everything's cool, or meet them outside or whatever, I live in a nice neighborhood, they will deliver it to you. Yes. Because they want to get rid of it. I've never had somebody say, "No, I ain't gonna bring it to you." Well, I haven't dealt with that. But if I have to deal with that sometimes, I say, "Well, I just don't really need it that bad," I have a question y'all might can answer. It ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it does have to do with eBay. This guaranteed delivery, okay? I've got Top Rated Plus. I've had Top Rated Plus since for the last year or so, at least, maybe even longer than that, But I have not seen anything at all telling me about how to get on guaranteed delivery.
They sent they used to have a link right in the email that they sent you if you wanted to opt in. So
I never got an email.
Well, then maybe what you should do after the show's over, Google eBay guaranteed delivery opt-in, and maybe the link will pop up for you, and you can get in that way. Because I actually got in through the link when they were offering it before it even came out.
I wish I would have known it, because the things they talk about, like shipping it in one day, 1 day shipping.
Yeah.
I do that anyway. So what difference it gonna be?
But Nate,
other than the fact that it would be different, because I believe it would be more orders for me per se by having it than not having it. I may be wrong.
But Nate, do you use the desktop version or use just the app version?
Both.
Okay, because I use both. Every time when I sign into the Seller Hub, I see a bar and it says guaranteed delivery, whatever. But I don't click on it. I'm not interested in this guaranteed delivery. I really am not. Because you know what? To me, it's gonna be another disaster. They don't get the item. It's a certain time. It gets because I got something else. I have a lot of people that I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, the post office isn't scanning my packages in." I hear this all the time. Now, I put 2-day handling, which means this: if I drop off the package, even if they don't scan it in, they don't let the package sit there. It goes to a distribution center. So they're going to bring it to the distribution center. And once it comes there, they have to scan it in. It's just the way it is. So sometimes I'll look at the tracking and it will say that it was just scanned in at the distribution center, not at the actual physical post office. So I don't have to worry about them scanning in. It's not worth it. I see people losing their top rated seller because I have 2 days and I'm still top rated seller. I still get the same exact discount. The same exact discount.
So, in other words, if I change mine, which it would be a good idea with the way things I am with my mother and all that stuff, but so if I change it to 2 day, it's not going to take away my top rated status?
I have 2 day. I don't know if they changed any rules since then, but I have 2 day handling and I have top rated. There's also something else called top rated plus.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I don't have top rated plus because when I read through it, there's a list. The advantages, it was very little. It was you save a small percentage from your final value fee. You know what? Keep their final value fee. You know what? I'd rather, some people, they run to have to get these packages out. And look, I generally, if somebody buys something in the morning, you know what? If I'm around, I send it out. But you know what? One day I was at an estate sale, and you know what? I'm driving out there, okay? And I'm like, wow, I'm gonna get a great deal on this merchandise. And now I'm doing sales in the morning. So now if it's a 3-day delivery, that means I gotta run home, get it. But you know what? It's not worth it. And I don't hear anybody talking about, wow, ever since I did 3-day whatever that is, 3-day delivery, that my sales are exploding off the charts. You know what? I think it's good for somebody who's doing something like a drop shipping kind of thing, where it's mass produced. Like if they're selling, like sticky rollers like this, where you're competing on speed, on things like this, like a sticky roller. That your competition is price and speed. How fast you're getting it there. That's it. You're not competing. I mean, so then I could see that, but if you're selling, whatever you got, some kind of, Bible scene or whatever you're selling over there, whatever, they're not, you know what I mean? That's a unique thing. They don't care. You really think that they're worried, oh my God, I got to have it by this day and it's got to be then? They don't care. Most people don't care.
A lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. I've got probably 150 dress shirts listed and probably 150 pairs of shoes. But I do this thing, and y'all may not agree with it, but I do this thing, I guess they call it sniping. Okay?
Yeah. That's a great idea. A lot of people don't do sniping.
Shoes. Mostly for Allen Edmonds and stuff like that, high dollar, nice shoes.
Yeah.
Bally, Salvador Ferragamo, because these people, and I've had it done to me when I first started, but these people, they put it on an auction, okay, and they started low, which okay, but then you look at the pictures and you can't even tell nothing about it. You have to be able to look over the pictures and what can it be after I get it cleaned up.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
Shoes, dirt on the bottom of boots. Well, I'm not afraid to clean a pair of boots.
Well, Nathan, you're the mountain man, so if you're afraid of dirt, then there's a problem over here.
Yeah,
so
I don't do no.
But the thing is, people, when you're sniping, people, they forget about the dirt on the boots or whatever it is, but look for bad pictures.
Yes.
You look for bad pictures, blurry pictures, because no one's going to buy them. If you have an auction and it's crap pictures, you're going to jump in, you're going to get the thing for nothing.
Yes. I have bought, just for instance, I bought a pair of several pairs, but I bought a pair of Allen Edmonds Oxfords, saddle Oxfords, two-tone, different nice shoes.
Yeah, saddle. Yeah. So you're talking about.
And I bought them for, and they wingtip, with the brogues, and it was really nice.
Wait, hold on. Hold your story, Nate. Hold on.
I think he's going to get a pair of them.
Okay. I get Doc Martens, which Doc Martens don't sell like they used to.
And Nathan, one of the things that the reason I signed up for that delivery thing at the time, before all this happened, was because they were able to use the customers would, if they weren't updated in time, customers would be able to tell you if you got there on time.
Nate, like these, right?
Yes. Except they were black and red.
Yeah, these are the Allen Edmonds, they got the saddle.
Yeah.
Broad Street.
But I bought these things for $11.99 one bid, and $7.99 shipping, but you couldn't tell nothing about them. So I get them home. They look excellent. Throw me a coat of polish on them and make them look even better. I put them up there in my lights and take good pictures. I sent them to Japan today for $70 plus shipping. He paid the shipping, $70 plus shipping, and was really happy to get them.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, and the guy's getting them because that's a good price for those. These are really nice. I'm gonna try to get close to 100. So 70, you made money, and the other guy's happy to get them. And they sold. How fast did they sell? Instantly.
They sold. Dawn says to check Poshmark for stuff to snipe too.
Thank you, Dawn.
They do auction?
To check Poshmark.
They do auctions on Poshmark?
Huh?
I don't know anything about Poshmark.
They do auctions there on Poshmark?
I don't know. I don't sell on Poshmark, so you'd have to ask Dawn, but she's the one saying to look over there to snipe.
I have never been on their site before in my life, so I couldn't tell you that.
Well, I think Poshmark is more for phone on the phone anyway. I don't know.
But
go.
Allen Edmonds. But see, where I live in Pensacola right now, you don't find a lot of high dollar clothes and shoes because you ain't got a whole lot of high dollar people that live here. It's not like say, Long Island, but what you do have is military. Okay.
Yeah.
So military clothes, and they sell too. Okay?
Yeah, outdoor stuff.
Military boots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, when I lived in Boone, North Carolina, I don't know if y'all know where that's at, but it's up in the mountain. And it's right close to Blowing Rock. And there is a lots of rich people that live in that area.
Now, where do these people? Who are you talking about? The Beverly Hillbillies in Boone, North Carolina. Where they got this? More than Pensacola?
Oh,
Where they got this money? From where?
From 90% of the people that live in that area have two houses, either one in Florida,
yeah,
or either one in up north, and they come stay there in the summer. Okay, to get and I'm gonna tell you these. Okay, say driving down the road in the summertime, you can't see any houses on the mountains or anything like that. Okay, when you get to the wintertime and all the leaves are gone, $1 million houses or more everywhere you look.
Kidding me? No, but from where? Where do the people have money in that? I would. That's the last place in the world I thought people have money.
They're retirement.
From where?
From Florida.
No, I'm talking about in the mountains.
He said, Krillin, he's saying they're retiring from the north or from Florida.
In Florida, yes, but not. You said they have money in Florida. I mean, in North Carolina.
Because they're retiring from New York. They're coming down with their money. They're bringing the money to North Carolina.
Well, I never knew anybody who moved to the mountains, man.
Yes. I mean, you'd be really... I worked at this place called Crestwood Resort and Spa. We had a 270-degree view of the mountains, and it was on Blue Ridge Parkway. Mm-hmm. I don't know that you could eat in there for less than $100.
Wow.
And we were always full. But it's not the people that are from there. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The people that are from there, they going to go to Walmart and get their stuff or thrift store. Okay. Yeah. But all the people, okay, say granddaddy and grandma, they retired and they real rich from whatever they did in Florida or up Michigan or wherever. Yeah. Okay. And they come down there, get them a big house. Well, grandma dies. I hate it. It happens. All right. Next thing you know, grandpa dies. Well, all their nice stuff that they've got in their house, clothes and everything else, okay, the kids don't want it because they already got their own.
Of course.
So what are they going to do? Going to donate it.
And well, usually here, most people, they do the estate sale. Then whatever's left over, they send for the donation.
They have very few estate sales up there.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes. And I guess my biggest buy up there I ever had, quick profit, was I was doing, when you do business with people and you go in there on a regular basis and they get to know you and like you, it makes a big difference. Okay. So I went in this one in Blowing Rock one day, and I had people that from the thrift stores that would call me when something came in. If I was interested, come in and I'd go. I wouldn't wait. Well, I'll be in there next week. No, you went there then, you know. And I went over there. She said she had some Ferragamo shoes I need to look at. And I said, okay. So I got over there. It's just me and her in the room, in the building. And she said, I got something in the back you might need to look at. And I said, okay. Well, as soon as she brought it out there and I felt it, I've never felt one before in my life. But when I felt it, I knew it was real. It was a Chanel purse. All right. I could just tell this is the real thing. You know?
The real McCoy.
Yeah. And I asked her, I said, well, how much you want for it? She said, well, I got to make you a price on it. I said, well, okay, make me a price on it. She said, well, what about $8? I said, yeah, what about it? You know? So I sold it basically the same night for $800. And when I went back in there and told her about it, she said, you should have got a lot more than that out of it. I said, so in other words, you knew what you were selling me? She said, yes. I said, well, why you give me such? She said, well, it's like this. I knew that I would get my money back from you from buying other stuff and she was right, So, but
Maybe she was looking for a date. Maybe she wanted you to take her out. I think that's it.
Wednesdays, but
I think that's what she was looking for. She was looking for you to wine her and dine her.
I heard that, but no. And then they was just I was going into the Salvation Army there and the Goodwill there sometimes 4 and 5 times a day.
Yeah.
And because it was that much good stuff coming out of it. I said, wow, and you know what buzzards are?
Of course.
That them people that get around that buggy as soon as it comes out. That's what I call buzzards. As soon as they push that buggy out, the buzzards get on it.
All right, guys. Comments I wanted to read off.
Go ahead.
What? Well, one is she's though I was talking about Poshmark some more. She's saying Poshmark is probably 50% housewives trying to resell their stuff, 25 people trying to resell that know nothing about what they're doing. And then Mary Parks made a comment earlier saying that eBay was losing money with the PayPal 180 return policy be at odds with them since that came out. The thing is, it's not eBay that was losing the money with their that deal. The sellers are losing the money because eBay already got paid their fees 6 months before the 180 days are up.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Money, not eBay.
I used to sell on Amazon, not merch, but just regular Amazon. And I'm gonna tell you what I didn't like about it. And then people say what they want to. I didn't get grandfathered in, so I was getting paid every 2 weeks. All right. Now, say we've got 1 million people selling on Amazon. Okay. Say maybe only just 200,000 of them doesn't have, they're on the 2 weeks deal. Okay. Add all their money up over a 2 weeks period. Do you have any idea how much money Amazon making just off interest? I'm not in there to make them rich, but
well, it's too late. It's too late for that. They're the richest company in the world.
Well, I've listed stuff on there, and it brand new. It come back. Never been taken out of the plastic. Me and Amazon ain't got a good. I got an account. I keep an account, $30-something a month anyway. If I ever decide to get back on it again, but I ain't liked it that much. That's just me though. But
so you're saying you sell new merchandise, they send it back to you used,
yes,
and then you get the shaft. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Because I gotta translate sometimes for you, and that's why.
I heard that. I got this today.
What's that? Go up close. I can't see the label here. Go up higher, up higher. Up higher. Okay. I can't read the label. It's
Gander Mountain.
Scan the Mountain? I never heard of it.
Outdoor. I got it for 99 cents.
Oh, 99 cents. Wow.
I got all these shirts I'm showing you I got for 99 cents today. This is a Brooks Brothers 386.
346.
Huh?
346.
Well, hell, I'm blind. I can't see.
You don't got one good eye right now.
Something like that. I know it's Brooks Brothers.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Brooks Brothers made in the USA was so expensive, but it is.
Certain ones, yeah.
Just a little T-shirt. Because that kind of stuff I've never had no problem selling that has, like racing and stuff like that. So they say, I've been there, I was there, I want that shirt.
Yeah. If it's an original, though, that's what people really want. If it's, I'm sure if you have a T-shirt from 1975 Talladega or something, somebody's gonna want that from that race. That whatever it was. I don't know nothing. I'm sure you know about race car driving. I don't know nothing about race car driving.
They go and they good at taking lefts.
Race car?
Yeah, they're good at taking lefts. Yeah. This is, I don't know. That's an Echo.
Yeah.
I think those are for skaters. It's got a rhinoceros on it. I'll be through here in just a second. I just wanted to show y'all. Now, as soon as I saw this one, it went in my cart immediately. It is wool lined.
It's a nice looking jacket.
Yeah. 99 cents. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
What's somebody down in Florida with a wool lined jacket?
Well,
or like somebody who dropped dead.
Think about it. All right. Where do they have Navy bases?
I have no idea.
All over the world.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Right? Okay. Say you're in North Pole, Alaska, or some place like that, and you have to have these winter clothes. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you get your orders that they're going to keep you the next 4 years in Pensacola, Florida. What do you need those heavy clothes for? You don't. So you donate them.
I thought you were saying the people that are like the snowbirds that go back and forth between, say, Florida and the Northeast. They come back, they go to Florida, they drop dead.
We have very few snowbirds in the area of Florida I'm
Okay, that's South Florida. Yeah.
No, I'm in Northwest Pensacola area.
Yeah, no, I know, but I know the snowbirds are in South Florida.
Yeah, once you get south of Ocala, you're back in Michigan.
Yes. Yeah, well, there's an old expression in Florida. The further north you go, the further south you get. Yes. That's how it is over there.
Yes, and Pensacola area, we don't have a lot of that kind of stuff. There's few rich people here, but not like they are in South Florida. Oh no.
Where does the president? How far are you from where the president lives? Like 5 hours away.
700 miles, 600 miles.
Oh, forget it. Oh, you can't drive that far. Yeah.
Yes,
I thought it was like a couple of 100 miles, but it's that far. Wow.
Well, if you look at Florida, if Florida's shaped like a pan, like this kind of.
Yeah.
Pensacola is right on the Alabama line.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know it was that close.
We call it L.A. Lower Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And but there's just mostly working people here. We have a Navy Federal Credit Union here that is, oh my God, that place is huge. Just miles of big buildings.
Where's Daytona Beach, Florida?
It's west. It's east of here, all the way on the coast, about 350 miles.
Wow, it's that far. Wow, I didn't know it was.
Yeah, I've had people that talk to me, and when I used to drive semi, and I'd tell them I'm from Florida. They said, well, that's not far from Miami. I said, I can drive from where I live in Florida to Cincinnati, Ohio quicker than I drive to Miami.
Yeah.
Because it goes way down there,
What's it like driving in the like in the Appalachian Mountains? Is it really hard with those I mean, you had to drive through there?
I love it. That's where I lived, in Appalachians.
That's what I'm saying. But is it really hard with you drove with the truck? That's what you were a truck driver there?
Yeah, I did that. But when I was living there, I was working at a resort. When I was living there, me and Mom lived there like 10 years. I worked at a resort.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got to know what you're doing and be careful and know how to drive a vehicle. You know, my favorite place to go to when I got a load if it said New York City, because it was so. If you ever could visualize and know where things are at, all you'd have to know is what area of New York City you're going to. You know, because it's easy to get around there if you know how to do the system.
Yeah,
you know?
I go into the city probably about maybe once a month, twice a month.
But
it ain't easy driving in that city.
But I got a 4-wheel drive pickup or 4-wheel drive Jeep, and the way I feel about it, and I told them at the resort when I started working there, I said, if y'all want me here on days that it's icy, I'm gonna have to stay here because I'm not coming down my hill on that asphalt.
Yeah.
On ice. I did one time. I got about halfway up the hill, and it split, and all the way back down, and no control. Just hold on.
Yeah.
You know? But I drove a truck many years ago for a long time. I did all kinds of stuff in my life. 60 years old, everything.
But long drives, like you drive to like Ohio and then back and then like
the longest 2 drives, I'm gonna say 3 that I ever made without stopping, other than for bathroom or diesel, was from Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin one time to Pensacola.
Oh my God.
Oh. And then from Pensacola to Kansas City, that's 1,400 miles. And then from California one time, Pensacola. One day, I tell you a little quick thing, but one day I pulled my pickup truck into where I kept my semi at, and I was leased on to a company with dispatchers, and like you was talking about, customer service people ain't never sold nothing on eBay. Dispatchers ain't never drove a semi either.
Yeah.
So, but I pulled in there about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, and my dispatcher was there. He said, well, I guess I'll call them in the morning and let them know you're going to be late. I said, no, I wouldn't do that. I'll call you when I get empty in the morning. He said, you know you're going to Detroit? I said, what? Yeah, you know. I got in that truck. Next morning at 7 o'clock, I was unloaded in Detroit, and I called him. I said, where's my next load at? He said, what? Your next load? I said, yes, I'm empty. I'm unloaded in Detroit. How'd you do that? I said, I drove. I put that big son of a bitch in the wind and let's ride. You know?
And you didn't have, when you were driving, you didn't have the Google Maps. Now that everything tells you where to go.
We didn't even have a pager. Yeah. So we had to go to the telephone. I mean, it was much different back then, but you know, I had 5 sets of driver's license, you know, and if you got a ticket and on one of them and you got maybe too many tickets on one state's driver's license,
you jumped to the next.
Another state's driver's license.
Now, how far do you live from Chad? How far you live from Chad? Doesn't he live by you?
30 miles, 25, 30 miles.
25 miles? Okay. Yeah. That's not bad. That's close.
Yeah, good people.
No, yeah, he's a gentleman.
Yeah, they are. I've had dinner with them before. Actually, me and my mom had dinner with them at this fancy restaurant called Five Sisters down here in Pensacola. And then another time I went when they were living in Fort Walton. I went over there and visited him during the day. And he is so smart about what he knows when he looks at it. And he proved it that day. I already knew it, but we walked in this one thrift store together. I went over there and started looking at shoes. He walked over that way. He bought one thing. I think it was $9.99. He said, see this here? I said, yeah. He said, I'll get about $300 for it. I wouldn't have known to look at it. you know. So I bought 6 baseball bats today for 99 cents. When I check them, they may not be worth it. I can ditch them or give them some church or whatever. But
you look the numbers up?
I haven't yet, but I sold one last week for $60. They sold me for 99 cents. An Easton titanium. You know, all of the ones I bought today are all Eastons.
Yeah, you know, but that's the thing. Some of them, you know, you know, then there's the number on this on the barrel. Every bat has a number. You put, you know,
and if it
I don't
ain't
know
no
much about
good,
baseball.
if it ain't no good, you donate it.
Yeah,
you know, if it ain't, but
or I keep
like baseball gloves. I buy a lot of baseball gloves.
Or you keep one by the door in case somebody's gonna rob the house, right?
Yeah.
See, I like this is the little one. This is the baby one I got here. This is like a T-ball bat.
Yes.
I don't want the big bat. I want the small one. So if somebody comes in, I can knock them out real quick. You know?
Yeah, I just shoot them.
All right, guys. We've actually gone over the hour.
We're not allowed to have guns up here. We live in a different world up here.
We allowed to have them down here.
Yeah, no, down where I am, no guns.
I want everybody that came in a little later know that I'm not going to be doing a blog anymore.
We hate it. We hijacked your show.
Hey, Nathan, let me talk now, okay?
Okay.
I want everybody to know that I'm not doing a blog update anymore. This was my last one, which didn't have much to talk about. We talked about different things like what's going on with PayPal and Aiden and all that. We talked about all different things. If you haven't caught this, watch the replay. I don't know how many weeks it's gonna, or a couple weeks it's gonna be. I'm gonna try bringing back the R-show / drive-by style shows. If I can find topics and guests and whatnot to come on, I'm definitely gonna do it. So I definitely will need a co-host. I know Dwayne was a little busy tonight, so I don't know if it's gonna be a regular thing with him again. I'd like it to be. So I just want to let everybody know. Thanks for watching. I realize I sound like I'm rushing off, but like I said, we already been gone for an hour. I didn't really expect to even go for that long. So I thank Krillin and Nathan for coming on and at least help me bounce things off each other. So,
I enjoyed it. And I tell you, I don't mind. I don't mind helping people. What am I doing here? Wait a minute. I'm hearing double.
How many Jack Daniels you have today?
I don't drink. I ain't drank 33 years.
Oh,
never mind. Should I just say I'm 420 friendly?
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
We will be seeing you maybe next week. I'm not sure yet. So keep an eye out.
All right. Have a great one, y'all. Talk to you after a while.